So I'm going to make a very quick and quite scruffy puppet using a bit of old plasticine, but you can also use blue tack because that might be something that you have around the house. A bit of cloth here and a biro to make details. So the principles of this puppet is just using 3 of your fingers. Your middle finger here will be the neck, and then these 2 fingers by the side will be the legs. So you can start off just by practicing making it walk around. Okay, now split the plasticine or blue tack up into 3 bits, a slightly larger one for the head I think, and smaller ones for the feet. You might need to rub it around a bit to make it a bit more elastic if it's a little bit too hard. And then you literally just stick your finger in like this. Tighten it around the finger so it stays on, so it feels secure and it's not going to fall off. I should say that this is definitely a temporary kind of puppet, so it's not really one that you keep away. It's more one that you can do a little show with, maybe film it, maybe photograph with it, or maybe just have fun. And then you can squash it all up and make a different one. So I think I'm going to give this one a kind of beak. Work out where the eyes are, maybe some eyebrows here I can push up. Eyes, I'll just stick this biro in to make some eyes. You may want to remove it from your finger and work on some details if that's easier, but just for speed I'll do it like this. Okay, so that's the head. It's super simple, but it's weird and funny, and I think sometimes that's what happens when you make things quickly. You end up with quite strange things, which I personally really like. Okay, now I'll do the same with the feet. This one's a bit big. So I think it's got a huge head, and so I think maybe also huge feet will be quite nice. So same thing really. Squish your finger in, tighten the plasticine or blue tack around the finger so it's secure. Same with the other one. I'm doing this quickly, but you can, take a bit more time in each of these steps. So now I've got some big clunky feet, which I find quite funny, or maybe they could be like boots, like it's wearing boots. So if you position the middle finger down like that, it looks like it's eating or sniffing something. Maybe it could be picking something up. And the reason I've got this cloth is, if you want to, you can cover the hands up like this. I think it just helps kind of create an illusion of a creature. And then just play around with moving it around, giving it a personality, maybe a name. I can't think of a name, so this one's nameless. I think it's quite shy though. If you had fur, that would be good for this instead of cloth. Even kitchen roll or something could work if you cut it out nicely. So later on when it gets dark, I'm going to play around with lighting and shadow puppetry too, to further transform these kind of really quick puppets. So I'll let you know how that goes, and I'll show you the results. Bye bye. So I started making another scruffy, very quick puppet creature using similar principle to the one I made before, where we've got 2 legs here and the head here, but this time I want to kind of elongate it to make it maybe feel a bit more like an emu or something like that. So I'm just literally using paper. This is A5, but you can use probably a smaller bit than that, to be honest, and then little bits of tape. I could only find gaffer tape. So just start by rolling it around your finger nice and tight so it doesn't fall off, and secure it with some tape. And there's your neck. I'm going to bend it up like this, and then bend the end of the tube down to make a kind of head shape. So I'm doing this for a shadow puppet film, so really like what it looks like when the light's on doesn't really matter, but as long as your silhouette is how you want it to be, then that's good. So I'm quite happy with that neck and head. And you do the same with the other two fingers, so tube here, tube there, and then similarly you can bend it to how you want the shape to be. This is quite tall, it doesn't fit in the camera. So I've kind of put some knees and feet in. Just have a go practicing making the creature do different things. So maybe it's sniffing something. Okay, I haven't done this one very well because it's spinning round, so you have to try and make sure that they stay tight on your finger. It's all about play, that's what I think anyway with puppetry. And through play you can find out what kind of personality each puppet has, how it moves. You know, maybe you could think of a name or add more detail to it. I'm definitely going to need some time working out how to get this one to kind of walk in the most interesting way. I quite like it when they walk in a really strange way. So you could add some cloth over that. It would be good if you had a bit of fur. So I'm going to try filming this later with the light off and with the shadow, and I'll let you know how it goes. So today I'm making a scarf puppet, and I've got some photos with step-by-step instructions for you to have a look at if you want to try making one of these at home and make them dance. They're quite fun. They're a type of marionette puppet and probably one of the simplest versions, so it's a good place to start if you're interested in marionettes. So all you need is a piece of material. Silk is really good, but most of us probably don't have that lying around, so anything which kind of has fluidity to it. Thread, string, 2 pencils or pens for the handles, and then plasticine. So you split the plasticine into 5 parts. You can actually use cotton or fluff or scrunched up bits of material if you don't have any plasticine. You put one of the small ones into the corner of the fabric, and that's going to become the hand or the foot. And then you fold the fabric over, so it's just covering the ball, and then tighten the fabric around the ball, and then make sure it's really tight and secure. And as you can see now, that's going to become the hand. So you get the piece of string and you tighten it further, securing it. And then you do the same on the other side. So definitely do like double knots and things here, because you don't want it to come undone when you're playing around. So then repeat that same process on the other 2 corners of the piece of cloth. And then you're ready to add the head. So for that you need to get the bigger ball of plasticine and pop it in the centre of the 2 hands, so just in the centre of the cloth. And then do the same thing to this too. So fold the cloth over it, tighten it, wrap a string around it, do a couple of knots in there, and then lay it all out, and you can see you have a kind of person formed now. So now we're ready to attach the strings to the handles. So to do this, thread a piece of string through a needle, tie a knot at the end of it, and then push it through the hand, gathering any excess cloth at the side. If you think it's too saggy, you can pinch that up with the hand too. And then you just push it right through, so the knot at the end of the thread is keeping it there. And now do the same for the head. I should have said before that when you cut the string for these bits, make sure that they're the same length. And you do the same for the other hand too. So now to make the handle, you get the 2 pencils or pens or whatever you're using, put them into the shape of a cross, And then get the string, a thicker string works well, and tie it around to make it secure. And then you start adding the thread from the puppet onto the handles, which can be quite fiddly, so actually you might need a help with this if you're doing it on your own. And then once you've done that, you can kind of adjust them so they're all the same size, and then start playing around and make them dance, and maybe put music on to make them move in time to the music, because they're quite, this type of puppet is naturally quite a kind of flowing one and can be quite beautiful. I think the one I've made just now isn't the best, because I think the piece of material maybe was a bit small. If you want more dramatic movements, I recommend using a larger bit of material. But this is the thing with puppetry and anything really. You just have to play around and see what works. You're never going to know until you've started working on it. So yeah, I hope you enjoy making these at home.